All right, everyone, it's
I'm
7:30.
working on the computer.
We'll go ahead and get the meeting to order here. Thank you for your attention. All right, thank you all for joining. Pursuant to the Illinois Attorney General's guidance on public bodies on the Open Meetings Act during the COVID-19 pandemic, dated July 2nd, 2020, county board members may participate without being physically present in compliance with the established provisions. I'll entertain a motion to allow the members of the committee participating remotely to join the committee today.
I'll move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Rutledge.
Here.
Spellman. White. Adams.
Are we voting on the motion or here?
To allow everyone to, oh, on the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She confused me.
I thought it was attendance or roll call.
Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
Chavez.
Aye.
DeCiani. Eckhoff.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Mendrick.
Aye. Show DeCiani present and aye.
Thank you.
So we're ready.
I'm not on a.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so we don't. Okay,
Hanging
no
out.
worries.
All right.
All right, thank you, everyone. We do not have enough for an in-person forum, so we will be doing roll calls on all the items today. I'll have a roll call for the committee members present now.
Adams. Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
Thank you. Here. DeCiani.
Aye. Here.
Eckhoff.
Here.
Hart.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Mendrick.
Here.
Rutledge.
Here.
Spellman. White.
Thank you all. Nothing under Vice Chairman's remarks today. Do we have any public comment? No public comment. Okay, I'll move on to item number 5, approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of May 25th, 2021. We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion in a second.
Before we vote on the minutes, there's a slight change that needs to be made in number 9, adjournment. It said that member Carrier, seconded by member Chavez, allows members to participate remotely. I think that should say moves to adjourn.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay.
I'm correct
We'll
there.
make sure that is corrected. Are there any other additions, comments, corrections, deletions? All right, hearing none, we have to do it as amended, don't we? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as amended by member Carrier.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all those, excuse me, roll call, please.
Sorry, that's members Chavez and Rutledge.
Yeah.
Thank you. Chavez.
Aye.
DeCiani.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Mendrick.
Aye.
Rutledge.
Aye.
Spellman. White. Adams. Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
All right.
All right, minutes are approved as amended. Thank you. Moving on to item number 6, budget transfers. I'll entertain a motion on item number A, a budget transfer adjustment in the amount of $2,805 from the item listed for information services right there.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Mendrick. Mendrick.
John.
He's muted.
I know.
He's frozen.
He's not talking either.
Oh, no. And still muted.
Rutledge.
Aye.
Spellman. White. Adams.
Aye.
Berlin.
Aye.
Member Adams.
I'm here.
Thank you. Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
Chavez.
Aye.
DeCiani.
Mendrick is back.
All right, how do you vote? Are you and I?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, the item is approved. Thank you all. Moving on to procurement requisitions, I'll entertain a motion on TPP 292-21. Recommendation for the approval of a contract to AT&T Mobility for the annual licensing and maintenance of AirWatch mobile device management for information
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Rutledge.
Aye.
Spellman. White. Adams.
Aye.
Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
Chavez. Aye. Luciani.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Mendrick.
Aye.
All ayes.
All right, the item passes. Thank you. Moving on to item number 8, we do have a presentation today. As all of you are aware, we are in the midst of updating our real estate tax system, and we are working closely with Tyler Technologies and SDI Presence, our project manager, to implement that new technology. And on the line, we have Alona and Jonathan from SDI, who are going to give the committee a program update and allow for any questions that we have. So Alona and Jonathan, I'll turn it over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting us come and join your meeting today. I'm going to give a quick overview of where we are at currently and how we got there. So you're familiar with the project, I'm hoping, and Tyler Technologies is implementing IAS World. It's going to be coming in to replace the mainframe system and work with the CAMA and tax areas. So CAMA is covering supervisor of the assessors, and the tax is treasury and clerk's office. Currently, we've been meeting, they started out with data conversion meetings. Those have been going really well. It's not a one-time conversion, it's data going in, they're collecting information, putting it into the new system, sending questions back. IT's been involved, the clerk's office is involved, the treasury office is involved, and they're pulling data back and forth. And they've started with smaller pieces. Now they're getting more and more data, and you're seeing it in their system. One of the things that you're going to see with the new implementation is that the users will be able to work efficiently. Data will be accurate. There's no longer going to be that need to take data out of the mainframe, manipulate it, and put it back. As with any new system, there is a learning curve on it, and the 2-year project is going to address the training, the testing, the reporting, and hopefully after 2 years, everything will be going live and things will be going well. So as I mentioned, it's a 2-year project. We're 1/4 of the way through. And from what I've heard, it's giving DuPage County what they're expecting. I haven't heard anything negative, which is a good thing on many projects. So when they get the system configured, they're going to be testing, looking at the data, and moving on. So next slide, please.
Ilona, you just froze. Jonathan, can you take over?
I see the slide now. The slide wasn't changing.
Yep.
So can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just the key accomplishments that we've been able to achieve during the first 6 months. We started off with the kickoff in December where we met the teams. And again, the focus has been on the project data conversion and requirements gathering. So we've established the executive committee, we have the project org chart, implementation, and we have a preliminary schedule. During the data conversion, they're looking at just 2 years currently. When the project does go live, I believe the data is going to be 7 years back. So there will be much more data in there, but for use now, it's just 2019 and 2020. The requirements gathering, Tyler calls them demo sessions. The staff joins online, we see the system, they see how the data is in the system, and they are then seeing how it functions. So a lot of those questions are data related, if it's correct or not, how does this get processed? And then there's also the whole understanding of how they're working in the system. What I've seen is really good is that Kathy from the clerk's office, Gwen from Treasury, Paul, we've had Patrick, VG, numerous areas are coming to these gatherings and seeing the system, answering questions, asking questions, and the team is moving forward. Coming up in June, July, they are going to be focusing then on the Treasury and clerk's offices. So we'll be repeating the process, but again, the supervisor of assessors department is probably going to be joining some of those sessions also. The other thing that was a nice win that I saw at the very beginning is the update to the Windows 10 for all the members that are going to be working with the system. So IT was able to achieve that fairly quickly, and they are currently all upgraded to the Windows 10 system. Okay, so as I mentioned, these demo sessions that we've been doing with Tyler, they focus on a few things. So the initial introduction to the Tyler system came about, you see the system, no one knew what it was, and they walked us through how data is in there, where the data is mapped to. IT and Treasury staff has been critical in getting the files over to them in a timely manner, so they can see what tables are being used, how the data is being related to the mainframe data that's being provided. They are seeing the application come through, and they were also provided a preliminary introductory, I'm not sure what you want to really call it. It's not a training session. There was no training going on, but a demonstration would probably be best of how to inquire and get data out of the system. So they can pull things out fairly quickly, share it, pull it out, report on it, and it's all there, and the users will have those tools available. The other thing that they've seen is the ability to segregate the different fields, but the data is now being shared out of one source. So the clerk's office might have data in the system that is also being used by Treasury, and it's no longer having to rely on someone working outside. Everyone's working in the system together. Next slide. So this is a brief overview of our project schedule. As I mentioned earlier, we are 1/4 of the way through the project. The expected go live is the middle of 2022. So we still have 18 months of the project. As you can see here, we've been focusing a lot of the time on data conversion. There's a full round of data conversion that's going to happen in January, and then again in June when we go live. The supervisor of the assessors demonstrations or requirements gathering sessions have been ongoing. You can see that in June and July, those will be also including tax and treasury. So we're going to do this again. Requirements gathering is going to begin where they're looking at what the RFP had, how the data is being used, does it meet all the requirements? So that's a big process that we're going to be starting very soon, along with the training and validation of the data. IT's been instrumental in getting the VPN for Tyler to allow DuPage users to access the system. Users will be set up by Tyler initially, so they can go in, validate the data that they're seeing, make sure things are converting correctly. We're going to have to create test scenarios to validate some of the data, pull reports to validate the data, so that'll be ongoing. And then the training will be happening at the same time. The contract's requesting a train the trainer. So Tyler will train key people at DuPage, and then those people will be going on and providing training to the end users. When we're at the last leg of the project, you're going to see the final testing, the sign-offs going on, and hopefully everything will fall into place in July, August of 2022. You will be using a new system. Tyler will be supporting the system. It doesn't cut off in July, but you will have a new system to work in while the mainframe is not being used. And then we're here for questions.
Thanks, Alona. Appreciate the update. And again, appreciate all the help and work that has gone into where we're at today. I did have one question. I know we're very much at the beginning of the project life cycle, but are there any roadblocks, risks that we perceive for us to proceed, or do we feel comfortable with where we're at from a progress standpoint so far? I know we just kicked off about a month and a half ago, but wanted to ask that question.
I have not seen any roadblocks. We've focused primarily on getting a schedule in place. I think now that we have a very, it's not detailed, it's better than it was type of schedule. Now that we have it, both teams are watching it. We know what to expect. We have dates to look to, and we have the milestones that we'll be watching out for. So I think that's been going well. The demo sessions, everything I've heard from Paul and Helen and Kathy and Gwen has been positive. So I'm not seeing any roadblocks there. And with IT, I think BG and Joe and Patrick have been great in getting the data back and forth between Tyler and DuPage. And there, as far as I know, there's been no problems or delays on that side either.
Thank you. Any questions from members of the committee? Treasurer Henry, anything you want to add?
No.
Okay, thank you. Well, Luna, thank you again for all your help and support. I think it definitely makes sense to have a regular cadence in terms of the update to this committee. We'll decide on what that timing may be. But if anyone ever has any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Luna when we make sure to get answers. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. All right. Is there any old business? Any new business? Seeing none, we'll move to adjournment. We'll have a roll call, please. Motion to adjourn, excuse me. Yeah, motion to adjourn. We have a motion in a second. Roll call.
Rutledge.
Aye.
Spellman. White.
Aye.
Adams.
Aye.
Berlin.
Aye.
Carrier.
Aye.
Chavez. Aye. DeCiani.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Hart.
Aye.
Henry. Mendrick.
Aye.
Thank you all for your time.